Pip, pip, paw. Wink. Minion in. We're playing Sherlock Holmes, the Devil's Daughter, and we're just gonna go hop right back in. I went ahead and took the liberty to bringing Toby the dog back to Baker Street, and now we are at Lord Marsh's house, where we're going to have a sneaky little look around.
Holmes, what are you doing here? What are you planning?
A mission of my own. You must play the role of the conscientious doctor while I sneak inside Marsh's house. That's the only way of helping little Tom.
Well, we're not going to go in the front door, are we? You could have put on your suspenders for this, at least. You're going to get caught on something or trip over them. Speaking as someone who has had their suspenders hanging down and then squatted and then tried to get back up, you end up like standing on them and then you whiplash half your back off. Ah, that looks like a job for the longest tumbler to start with. I was wrong. And slightly shorter. Yes, I'm getting good at this. We're in. Open the door.
How can I help you?
I came to visit Lord Marsh.
What for?
I would very much like to see Lord Marsh, if you please.
Oh, you're so clumsy. Can you please not...
I have to visit Lord Marsh and offer him my services.
Fisher, please, allow Dr. Watson to enter. Good job, Watson.
Coat of arms, some rifles. Something used to hang there and now it doesn't. Open her up. Open her up. Or not, really? And then put it back. Got other stuff to look at. Dear Lord Marsh, thanks for the special education program. My life has been changed completely. I don't know how to thank you, so I picked you this flower. Thank you. Aww. You can't rotate it or anything. There was a letter underneath. Dear Lord Collins, it is clear to me that we could learn a great many things about running the Empire from those who we trample underfoot, the same people whom we leave destitute and starving in the shadows of our own cities, at home or abroad. Lord Marsh. To this day, and by my estimation, the special education program, the SEP, has saved over 200 individuals from the gutter and elevated them to help form and support the critical foundations of our prosperous empire. This is largely thanks to the wisdom and foresight of Lord Marsh, who is the most progressive and wise politician. He has carried out a great deal of work in the field whilst ignoring the critics and any hindrance from his arrogant colleagues who are so set in their ways.
Lord Marsh is a keen hunter.
Yeah, he is.
Lord Marsh is a keen hunter.
Okay, same for all of them?
Lord Marsh is a keen hunter.
Alrighty then. No, I'm not missing anything. Painting. Hanging crookedly. Dun dun dun. Das Spiel hängt schief.
Let's see how hard to crack this safe is.
Doctor, it appears that you were impatient to pay me another visit.
Indeed. Will you allow me to examine you? A second opinion, so that the great Lord Marsh does not become the late Lord Marsh.
Well, since you put it that way, very well. Shall I retire to your office, Lord Marsh?
No, please, Doctor. I insist that you stay. I shall need your assistance.
Will you break anything else?
I'll try my best.
Uh-oh.
Mr. Holmes? What are you doing here?
Yep. You've been caught!
Will you break anything else?
I'll try my best.
Where could I possibly... Got a second to hide. Made it. Good luck, try. Didn't even notice the picture got taken down. Okay. Rotate the dial and look at the area of clear sound feedback to confirm the correct safe combination. Oh God. Do I have to hold this thing anywhere in particular? What kind of sound am I looking for here? It's loudest on this side. Ooh. It sounded right. We gotta go around again. Sure. Suck it, safe. I so admire all these plumbers. They seem to me such a breath of fresh air. Communicating with them is such a pleasure. And they're so smart, not like us. Perhaps it is they who should have been lords, and we simply the commoners. Lord Harrington.
November 7th. This means that the meeting is planned for today.
Dear Lord Marsh, on November 7th, our meeting starts at Grunston's Oak. I've attached a map to this letter so that you may find the place easily. Did he say that was today? Can I close the safe and cover my tracks? Is that possible? Clearly those are connected, that's obvious. Lord Marsh and his friends are skillful and experienced hunters. Skillful with one L. Those weird British ways of spelling things. Well, those can't be connected. I don't think so. It would have been very far-fetched. Well, he's gonna know something is up because it won't let me close this. It won't let me cover my tracks. So why don't we just get out of here?
I'd suggest that your current weakness is perhaps more than a simple case of influenza, Lord Marsh.
Where might your companion be, Dr. Watson?
Oh, he's busy poking his nose into other people's business, I'm sure.
He's coughing up blood.
My lord, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I must remind you about your meeting.
Is it already time? My apologies, Dr. Watson, but we are expected elsewhere. Might we offer you a lift?
You are going out? I'm not sure that's wise in your condition.
I value your opinion, but misery never rests, and I am needed.
Well, do please take good care of yourself, Lord Marsh. I'll send you my diagnosis, Dr. Fisher.
Thank you, Dr. Watson. Farewell.
Why send it to him? Share it with your patient directly. In case the other doctor's like, well, that guy's an idiot. I'm not sharing this. I know better. Because you know that's what doctors love, is to hear conflicting diagnoses from the other doctors or, you know, Google. I can't count the times I've gone into a doctor's office and been like, here's all my diagnoses, here's all my paper, here's everything I've been through, here's everything you need to know about. And they're just like, I'm not even going to look at that. I'm going to look at this with fresh eyes and make my own opinion. Why? Why must I start from scratch when I've already done years of this crap? I hate switching doctors. Brunston's Oak. Where is that? I do have a map of the place. Forest, right? Map of Epping Forest. Brunston's Oak must be there. Brunston's Oak is pinpointed on a map that was attached to Lord Marsh's invitation. Durr. Probably have to cross-reference the two. My dear Watson.
Watson, what are you doing at my table?
I just need to check one thing about Lord Marsh.
Oh, yeah? What have you found out?
My
Oh, is he
intuition
not-
tells me that Lord Marsh is hiding something about his disease. His cough, in addition to his fever and his usage of strong painkillers, leads me to believe that he is seriously ill.
Okay, so...
Let's study it more closely. Sputum with tiny drops of blood. I could
We
take a
need a
sample and
magnifying
examine it
glass
under
to
the
see that.
microscope.
Take a sample. How? With this, a dropper, a brush, whatever this is. Gross.
Let us apply chemicals to color the sample.
Okay.
I need a pipette.
Right. I prefer blue.
This chemical should be applied third.
Really? Okay. I just wanted it to be blue. Okay,
Now, let's examine the colored sample under the
so we
microscope.
didn't ruin it. Look through the microscope, dummy.
Mycobacterium. It appears that Lord Marsh is seriously ill.
Okay.
Holmes, this is no longer a laughing matter. It is just as I feared. Lord Marsh is suffering from tuberculosis.
You don't say.
Yes, I do say. And Holmes, he will die if he is not transferred to a sanatorium as soon as possible.
And yet both Lord Marsh and Dr. Fisher are doing their best to hide this fact. How interesting.
But why?
Why indeed, Watson?
Oh, but... Oh, dear God. You don't think that Lord Marsh contracted tuberculosis while aiding the poor? How terrible. I have a commitment that I can't possibly cancel. Holmes, during my absence, please be extremely careful. This disease is highly contagious. And remember that we have women at home.
Did I just instinctively... No, that's not cool.
Thank you, Miss Alice. Until later.
I'll see you soon, Caitlin.
Where have you been?
Our neighbour lent me a book. She is so kind. I think she likes you.
I doubt that.
How is your investigation going?
It's going. Dracula?
Yes, it's forbidden reading at my boarding school. Did you know?
Well, well.
This is so romantic.
Dracula is. I guess it is, sort of. Him and his Mina. I just started watching Dracula on Netflix. It's very good. And it's got Steve from Coupling in it, which makes it awesome automatically. I don't know his real name, but that's Steve from Coupling. He was also some guy in Curse of the Caribbean. Okay, now. But he's always going to be Steve from Coupling for me. Investigate the disappearance. Do we go to see Marsh again and confront him about his tuberculosis? Or... do we have Brunston's Oak on the map? We do not. We can't go there. Oh god, no, not the transcripts. Search archives for both the Wolfjack military badge and Grunston's Oak. Okay. Botany?
That's not the one I need.
Legendary English Oaks. No? That's because I'm looking at the military badge. Then clearly I'm in the wrong place. No. I guess that's history?
That's not the one. That's not the. That's not. That's not the one
Nope.
I need.
Let's see why it would be in there.
That's not the. That's not. That's not the one I. That's not the one I need.
So wrong. Research, there we go. Badges and medals. Wolfjack is je suis prêt. A wolfjack is a half-wolf and half-jackrabbit. It was used by the Lovat Scouts as a self-descriptive nickname. The Lovat Scouts finally became the British Army's first marksman unit.
Here it is.
And that's where he was injured, and that's where that connection is. Dun 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 dun! A clue, dear Watson. George Hurst had belonged to the Lovett Scout. Yes. And that's where he was wounded. And now, there was a book on oaks. In botany. Grunston's oak is a strange and mysterious tree that grows in Epping Forest. Of course it is. The origin of its name is unconfirmed, although there are many legends and fables connected with it. Some people say that over centuries, witches performed their ceremonies near this tree, and these rites have assured that whoever may touch the trunk of Grunston's oak will be cursed for all time.
Here it is. Grunston's Oak is in Epping Forest. That's the place indicated on George Hurst's map.
Told you it would be in Epping Forest. Search the map.
Let's try to find the place from the hand-drawn map.
That'll be fun. Okay. Is there a zoom option? There is not. Okay, but I can. Right there.
Here it is. Drat. I'll need to hurry if I want to find out what's going on at the forest.
Dun dun dun.
Father, that boy Wiggins, does he come here very often?
He helps occasionally in some of my cases. Why do you ask?
I'd like to talk to him.
Talk to him?
Father, back at school there are only girls to talk to, and they are so boring. I'm sure Wiggins has lots of exciting stories to tell about his life in London. It would be so romantic.
Oh, God.
Caitlin, you know that Wiggins hasn't had the most fortunate life.
That only makes him more interesting.
Oh, Kate.
I'll leave you alone now.
She's gonna be trouble. Why does it think I have more connections? Oh, yeah, map and invitation. Of course. But of course! 'Tis elementary. George Hurst knew about the meeting between Lord Marsh and his companions that took place in Epping Forest. Dun, dun, dun. Lord Marsh and his companions entered the forest that was indicated on George's Hurst map to hold a meeting. And we're off! They're hunting people. They kind of gave it away in the opening cutscene. Somebody in the forest is going to hunt you for sport.
Run, little rabbit, run!
Oh, so now we're back to being shot at?
Find him! You won't get far!
Oh, Andy's hit. Now you're gonna leave a trail.
Let's see how long you can stay alive!
Ow. That is closing in pretty fast. He's got dogs. That's just like
Where
cool.
is he?
Come on, recover, 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 and go! Choose the easier path. Sadly, this is, we're going thorny bushes. Which seems like a not smart idea. Really? I only would choose the easier path. I thought maybe the other one.
Let's see how long you can stay alive.
Come on, come on, come on.
Here you are.
It seems like we skipped a part of the story to get here. Oh, and it's a hit. Choose the easier path or you will die. Okay. That makes sense.
Run!
Get to cover, dude! There's no, like, dialogue. Hello, Mr. Holmes. Now we're going to shoot at you. Oh, bear trap. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, he's closing in.
Is that your blood in the snow?
Who's chasing me? Has to be Lord Collins.
You won't get far.
Doesn't seem that I will. God, he's coming in fast.
Where have you gone?
No. Shady path was blocked by trees. A matter of time before he figures out where you went.
Where is he?
This man was killed recently. The body is still warm. He was poor.
Find him, boys. Find him.
Oh.
Oh, I bet that hurts. One more trap down.
It's gonna catch you, dude. Go.
Hungry today.
Mystery with a little action. Oh, shit. Yeah.
You won't get far. I saw something.
Apparently that was... you can go under. That's fantastic. No. Almost.
Here you are!
We're gonna get away from this dude? What? I was in cover. Oh, for crying out loud. You can't follow me this way.
You won't get far!
Another one. Harrington.
My God. He was killed by a shot to the forehead.
Well dressed, too.
My health is deteriorating. I need to dress my wound.
How do we do that? Can't open my inventory. Harrington wasn't shot in the back. He wasn't running.
The Quartermain Club. This must be Lord Marsh's cabin. This will help to dress my wound.
Do it. Is the wound in your balls? There's... Seems like a bad place to hide.
Breathe, Lord Marsh. It's almost over.
Who are you?
George Hurst from the 1st Lovett Scouts, here to deliver justice.
That's George Hurst?
An old soldier. How ironic. Did we refuse you on our special education program?
It's true, I was refused. An old wounded soldier is useless to you, but he can still be dangerous.
We hunted a lot in these woods, but I didn't expect to become the prey. I have lived a grand life without any limits set by others. I will die a happy man, so you won't see me begging you, festering wretch.
Hurst is the bad guy. What? George Hurst intends to kill Lord Marsh as scapegoats for Hurst's own failures. George Hurst is going to take the law into his own hand concerning Lord Marsh. No, I think this is personal. You got turned down. Somebody hunted the paupers and the lords involved in the special education program. Yeah. I was surprised to see Lord Harrington's body. George Hurst hunts down paupers and lords in the forest. Ooh, Mr. Hurst is a psychopath! Solve the case by accusing those who are something. George Hurst is a psychopath who hunts down the paupers and lords involved in the special education program. Send George Hurst to the asylum. He is a psychopath and dangerous criminal who abandoned his son Tom to hunt down the sponsors and participants of the special education program. He needs to be put away for life. Send George Hurst to a sanatorium for appropriate treatment. He cannot be held responsible for his crimes, as he is of unsound mind. It is hoped that Hurst may yet be cured, as his son Tom needs a father. Tough one. If it wasn't for Tom, condemn. But I bet you anything Lord Marsh can be talked into helping to take care of Tom. Condemn. Yes, that is my moral choice.
George, lower your rifle, please, for Tom's sake.
Holmes! My, an almost worthy opponent.
Tom? My Tom? If you've endangered my lad in any way, you will pay dearly.
I assure you that Tom is safe in London with a well-trusted friend. And now, it's time to end this.
By all means.
George Hurst, your bloodlust ends today. You should have been apprehended weeks ago, before you killed Strobridge out of jealousy. Drop your gun. You may have wounded
That's why
me,
he
but I
had
won't
dates
miss
and
you.
marks on the
If
people
I ever
on
had
the
you in
paupers
my
list.
aim, I wouldn't have merely wounded you.
Oh, the best detective in England.
Detective, take a look here.
Oh, I was wrong.
This is how you became sick, Lord Marsh. The beheading of your victims who were suffering from tuberculosis was what infected you. Poetic justice. I was wrong.
The best detective in England.
Enough! You'll die here, Lord Marsh, and you'll die slowly.
Mr. Hurst, you've already served brutal justice to Lord Harrington and I hope Lord Collins and Dr. Fisher. Taking that into consideration, you may as well kill Lord Marsh and end the Quartermain Club completely. No loose ends.
I clicked RT to shoot and probably should have been A. George Hurst is guilty only under lynch law. He was the only one concerned about the poor people who went missing. He abandoned his son Tom to punish the guilty party, knowing that no one else would do so. Check conclusion. Found all 18 clues. Well, we sort of solved it, but I feel bad about the decision we came to now. Marsh was a bad guy. That was my gut instinct from the beginning. Replay the ending. Do you really want to replay the conclusion? The game will load before the moral choice was made. Yes. Just to either see it again, have another look at it, get a second opinion. Maybe he was punishing the people who were hunting the paupers. Yeah, because the lords were shot in the face, and the paupers shot as they were running away. So they may not have been shot by this. The method of execution is different. Absolved. He needs treatment. Yes. Oh, but I meant to change the...
George, lower your
Go back. Damn it.
rifle, please, for Tom's sake.
Holmes! My, and almost...
Let's just, can we skip through this?
Detective, take a look here.
And then maybe we can shoot George Hurst in the face and then go over it again.
This, the beheading of your victims who were
Beheading your
suffering from
tuberculosis
tuberculosis was what infected you. Poetic justice. I was wrong.
The best detective in England.
Enough! You'll die here, Lord Marsh, and you'll die slowly.
I understand your view, Mr. Hurst. I really do, but I couldn't allow you to continue.
Okay. See, what I wanted to do was change one of the connections to show that Hurst was not killing the lords and paupers. The conclusion was wrong. He was hunting down the lords because they were hunting the paupers. He's a vigilante. Not a serial killer. Last time through. And then we'll have seen, you know, 3 of the different ways that this can go. I mean, there's no point in shooting Marsh as he's about to be stabbed. Mercy, I guess. Bullet to the face seems less awful than knife to the throat. Really? Is this wrong? That was right. What if I change that to he doesn't think he's coming back? Mess around with some of these. No. Okay, red means, I guess red means wrong. So he was killing them both. then I was right to shoot him in the face. Yeah. There we go. We've changed it from psychopath to Marsh hunts down people. Very good. Lord Marsh and his companions hunt down people from the special education program. George Hurst only wishes to avenge the victims. That's what I was going for. Lord Marsh is a cold-blooded killer who, under the guise of charity, hunted down poor people, put Lord Marsh in jail, where he would eventually die from his tuberculosis. Lord Marsh has no likelihood of recovering from his illness. Allow him to die peacefully at home while ruminating on his crimes. No. Let him die in prison. Oh, now who do I shoot in the face? Oh, I wish I could do a poll. I want Marsh to suffer. I don't want Tom to lose his dad. So I guess we're shooting Marsh.
George, lower your rifle, please, for Tom's sake.
Holmes! My, an almost worthy opponent.
Tom? My Tom? If you've endangered my lad in any way, you will pay dearly.
I assure you that Tom is safe in London with a well-trusted friend. And now it's time to end
Oh, you
this.
left him sitting
By
at
all
home.
means.
George,
alone.
listen to me. If you're seeking an apt punishment and vengeance, killing Marsh will give him exactly what he wants. He would die knowing that he had fulfilled his life through his absolute control of it. But if you allow Marsh to live and be arrested, he will suffer a punishment far greater than you or I could deliver. His ball and chain will be the debilitating tuberculosis. It will drag him painfully and slowly to his demise behind bars.
You're mad. You're both mad.
Let's go and find Tom.
Not just yet. See, Lord Marsh, you will die here. Although not by the gun. You'll die slowly.
Don't do this, George.
Detective, take a look here.
This is how you became sick, Lord Marsh. The beheading of your victims who were suffering from tuberculosis was what infected you. Poetic justice.
Holmes, you cannot fully understand why we helped so many and sacrificed a few. But don't let me die like this. Just kill me now.
No. Changed my mind.
I understand your view, Mr. Hurst. I really do, but I couldn't allow you to continue.
I hope I made the right call there. Lord Marsh is a cold-blooded killer who does not value the lives of poor people. He believes that he has the right to choose who will live and who will die. He deserves his fate. 18 of 18 clues, all green. Okay. And now we're going to try shooting the other guy in the face. Yeah. Because why not? Then we'll have seen all... I guess there's 4 eventualities, 4 endings to this. Tom's dad needs help though. I mean, it was the right... Shooting him was the right thing to do, right? Marsh was the bad guy. But George was about to commit murder after we had apprehended the bad guy instead of sending him to jail. And that also needed to be stopped. Okay. More shots down people. Exactly right. Absolve him and then shoot him in the face. What could go wrong?
George, lower your rifle, please, for Tom's sake.
Holmes! My, an almost worthy opponent.
Tom? My Tom? If you've endangered my lad in any way, you will pay dearly.
I assure you that Tom is safe in London with a well-trusted friend. And now it's time to end this.
By all means.
George, listen to me. If you're seeking an apt punishment and vengeance, killing Marsh will give him exactly what he wants. He would die knowing that he had fulfilled his life through his absolute control of it. But if you allow Marsh to live, he will suffer a far greater punishment. For his ball and chain will be the debilitating tuberculosis. Look, it's already dragging him painfully and slowly to his death. Then his wealth can and will be used to support the families affected by the Quartermain Club's malevolence.
You're mad. You're both mad.
Let's go and find Tom.
Not just yet. See, Lord Marsh, you will die here. Although not by the
This
gun.
time you really will, too.
You'll die slowly.
Don't do this, George.
Detective, take a look here.
He's walking very casually for a guy who's been shot multiple
This
times.
is how you became sick, Lord Marsh. The beheading of your victims who were suffering from tuberculosis was what infected you. Poetic justice.
Holmes, you cannot fully understand why we helped so many and sacrificed a few. But don't let me die like this. Just kill me now.
I understand your view, Mr. Hurst. I really do, but I couldn't allow you to continue.
Lord Marsh is a cold-blooded killer, but then again, he did help many poor people to better their lives. He has already paid dearly for his crimes. Well, I'm not happy with that conclusion. I'd much prefer the one previous to this, but we're going to accept this. Warning, you're about to finish the case. The save file for this case will be removed. Press no if you would like to select another moral choice. Press yes. Oh, you know what, fine. We're going to do this. We're going to redo the one from before. This is that was a tough decision. It's really it's not morally, you know, it's not black and white, and I love that. Okay, so we're gonna go with condemn Marsh, and then shoot George Hurst in the face for murder, or to stop him from murdering Marsh. It's morally ambiguous, but I think it's the right call. It's what my gut tells me is the right thing to do. You don't justify vigilante killing. Yes, Marsh hunts down people, and he should be condemned. Confirm the moral choice. Yes.
George, lower your rifle, please, for Tom's sake.
Holmes!
There's going to be a very touching
I
scene at
assure
the
you
end
that
of
Tom
this
is
where
safe in London.
Tom
By
has
all
to
means.
be told his
George,
daddy's dead,
listen to me.
and I killed
If
him.
you're seeking an apt
Just like
punishment
Kate's
and vengeance,
dad.
killing Marsh will give
Oh,
you
that we've got a
exactly-
pattern.
He would die, but if you his ball, it will drag him.
You're mad.
His balls,
You're
it will
both-
drag him.
Let's go and find.
Not just...
Don't do.
Detective, take a look here.
This is how you became sick, Lord Marsh. The beheading of your victims who were suffering from tuberculosis was what infected you. Poetic justice.
Holmes, you cannot fully understand why we helped so many and sacrificed a few. But don't let me die like this. Just kill me now.
I understand
hard
your
to
view,
do.
Mr. Hurst. I really do, but I couldn't allow you to continue.
Okay, Lord Marsh is a cold-blooded killer, does not have valor, blah, 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 blah. And we're accepting this decision. Yes. We've tried almost every combination. Is there going to be like an after? Ooh, 70 points. Is there going to be, you know, this is what happened because of the decision you made? Or is it just you've made the decision and story over? Because this looks like the start of the next case. And if that is the case, then this would be a good stopping point. We can start the new case together in the next video. This one turned out kind of short because the case did not last as long as I had anticipated. But we did dick around at the end with the moral ambiguity of the intricacies of the case. So, please remember to like and subscribe, and get on Discord, because that's where all the information is to all the places where I do all the things. And I hope to see you there, and see you next time. Minion out.